this is Jason from Horrific Nightmares, and welcome back to Ranked. Now, this is where Joe the Horror Man and myself pick a franchise and rank it. It's very simple. Just keep in mind that I go from my least favorite to my favorite. And also keep in mind that this is just my opinion and how I see the films. Today, we're going to be talking about the Exorcist franchise. And The Exorcist has 6 movies in that franchise. Okay, coming in at number 6 is Dominion, the prequel to The Exorcist. Yeah, now this was directed by Paul Schrader, and this movie is just slow. And it's tough because unless Joe and I are doing it for something else, I'll probably never watch it again. So, yeah, it's a tough one. And that is Dominion, prequel to The Exorcist. Okay, coming up at number 5 is Exorcist, The Beginning, which is also similar to Paul Schrader's Dominion. Now, Joe and I did a controversial view on both of these films. Check it out if you get a chance. There's a lot of really interesting information. And, I had fun doing it, even though I think the video was more fun than watching them. Now, this, of course, was directed by Rennie Harlin. And as I said before, everyone has their favorite, whether it's Dominion or whether it's Exorcist the Beginning. Me, I personally like Exorcist the Beginning because it has more of what I enjoy. It's not quite as slow. It has some interesting parts that weren't in the other film. And yeah, another one that I probably won't watch again unless we're doing something for our channels with The Exorcist. Okay, coming in at number 4 is Exorcist 2, The Heretic. Now, from here on, I like all of these movies a lot. Exorcist 2, The Heretic, Joe and I did a positive spin for. It was one of our first positive spins, and I really like this film. I think it's fantastic, and I think that a lot of people don't get it, and I think that's the problem with this film. Again, check out our positive spin because we really talked about this in length. And I think when you understand the film a little bit better, I think you can appreciate what was done. There is some goofy stuff in there, don't get me wrong. But I really like the direction they took because nothing will ever compare to the first one, at least for most people. So, yeah. Exorcist 2, The Heretic comes in at number 3. All right. Or no, 4. Yeah, 4. Coming in at number 3. This may surprise a lot of people, but it's going to be the original, The Exorcist. I do like this movie. I think it's a fantastic film. But for me, it's a little too long and the pacing's a little off. It's not one I return to very often for that reason alone. The acting's great. The special effects are great. Everybody knows that about this film. And it's going down in history as one of the scariest movies ever made. And I have personal attachment to this film. But there just happens to be 2 I like more. So, The Exorcist, while it's a good film, it comes in at number 3. All right, coming up at number 2 is The Exorcist 3. Now, this used to be my favorite Exorcist movie until it got knocked down by my number 1. But I love The Exorcist 3. I think it's a fantastic film. I think George C. Scott is great, and his dynamic with his friend is just priceless. It makes the film. And I like what this film does. It feels like it goes back to the original. And that's what it was intended to do, because it was based on William Peter Blatty's Legion. So, it does go back to its roots and ignores Exorcist 2 for people who hate it. I'm not one of them, but people don't like that movie. It's just plain and simple. But The Exorcist 3 is great, and it probably has one of the best jump scares ever in any film ever made. So, yeah, The Exorcist 3. Which leaves number 1, and that is, and I'm going to take some heat for this, but that's okay, The Exorcist Believer. This movie got it right, in my opinion. David Gordon Green did a fantastic job with this film. I don't care what anyone says. He also did a fantastic job with the Halloween trilogy. This is how you go back and you pay fan service along with telling one hell of a story. I love the end. The end made this number 1 for me. And I love the story. I think the main girl who gets possessed is a fantastic actress, along with her father. I love this movie. I've watched it several times, and it's just fantastic. And that's my number 1, The Exorcist Believer. Do you like the Exorcist franchise? Where do you rank them? Definitely comment below and let us know, or just tell us what your favorite Exorcist movie is. I definitely want to know. And don't forget to check out Joe's ranking for The Exorcist. Remember, guys, physical media matters. And until next time, peace.